Hey there, how you doing? It's Matthew Hunt from Automation Wolf, and today I wanted to give away some of my best cold email strategies and what they're about. Just want to pay forward, help some people out. I know that it's a real struggle out there, and sometimes just getting one idea from somewhere can change your business. So I have a playbook. I've got a lot of playbooks. We've been doing this for a long time. We've sent thousands and thousands and thousands of cold emails. And so we've kind of really learned what works and what doesn't work. And I've written a playbook. I call it the Ultimate B2B Sales Machine. And this playbook right here specifically on cold email. I'm not going to get into all the sections here because we just don't have time. If you want more information about this, go on over to automationwolf.com, and there's an ungated video there that you can learn more about our system that we call the ultimate B2B sales machine. It's a 3-pillar system that's called foundation, automation, and transformation, and basically teaches you or shows you how we are able to automate the process of prospecting for B2B businesses. These are these low-level sales activities that nobody wants to do or enjoys or has time to do. And we just automate that process so that you can focus more on the high-level sales activities that, AI-assisted technology can't do, like building relationships and closing deals. Now, without further ado, let's get into some of these. I've got 25 cold email swipe files right here, as well as a couple non-scalable ones. Sometimes it's not about scaling. Sometimes not automating is the most important thing you can do. And then I get into follow-ups, email follow-up templates, how to deal with different objections. I mean, everything's in here, right? It's all in here. So I'm going to give you some of these in here, the concepts here, and I'm just going to talk about them. I'm not going to give you the actual full template because that's for people who invest in the services or the course, but this will at least get your brain thinking and going, oh, that's a really great strategy. And then you'll figure it out and be able to write one. Also, it's really important that everybody rewrites their own emails so they're unique. You really don't want to cut and paste a strategy. Like if you go on the web out there and you find someone who publishes an email strategy that worked really well, well, guess what? There's about 1,000 other people that also read that now, and they're all cutting and pasting that, and it no longer works anymore. So it's important that you get the strategy, but then you write unique copy for your email, for your business, for you, right? So the framework will always work. The strategy will always work, but you got to be unique and be you. And it's really important to do that at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing out there and what you're writing, but this is well for cold email. So here's one of them that works really well. The one that works really well is the free gift strategy. So this is a great one right here, okay? And it's literally what it sounds like. You got to give something away. So you got to have some sort of free gift that matters. This could be a cheat sheet, a checklist. I'm not big on white papers and webinars because that's homework, right? People don't want that. People want a shortcut in their lives, right? They want something really easy. It could be a deck that you're going to personalize. So like we had a client one time who did a research project and said, hey, we did this research project. It's about this and this and this. I turned it into a really great visual slide deck. I think that you could really use this deck at your next team meeting to start some really interesting conversations. Would you like me to send it over to you? And they said, yes. I said, cool. I'll even personalize it for you so that you don't even have to do any work. Like literally, it's like, let me do the homework for you offer, right? And so anytime that you can give someone and shortcut someone something to start a conversation is great. So this is kind of like the inbound/outbound. So you're using outbound to do an inbound marketing strategy, right? And you got to remember where you are in the sales funnel, but a lot of times you got to build some rapport. You got to give something away. So email him saying, hey, nothing for sale. Got this really cool thing. I think you might enjoy it. And if you did some research of why they think they might enjoy it, bingo, it's going to work really, really well. Okay, so think about that one there. That's a great strategy. Trojan horse strategy. This is one of my favorite strategies. So if you're a salesperson, and it doesn't matter what vertical you are, but if you contact the people with the same roles, like CFO, the CFO, CMO, the CMO, salesperson, or business development person, the business development person, if you want to work at a certain company, a lot of times just reach out. If you're a business development person, reach out to other business development people at companies you want to deal with and just say, hey, one sales guy to another sales guy, would you mind helping me out, point me in the right direction? And because they know what your role is like, and because they can relate, like another CFO can relate to another CFO, another CMO can relate to another CMO, and birds of a feather want to flock together, right? it works really well. And all of a sudden the door opens up and they'll tell you who you need to talk to. And sometimes they'll even do the introduction. Like, it's crazy. They'll even be like, yeah, for sure, let me introduce you to the right person, right? And because they want to help, they know how hard that job is. And so it's really great when you have an insider in an organization telling you who to talk to or doing the introduction. And that's the main strategy. And that's half the battle half the time. If you just know who to talk to, then you can win. So many times when we're sending cold email, we're not quite sure who is the right individual who's responsible for this. And if you can get kicked to them, it works really, really, really great. Okay, so this is another one of my favorite strategies. This is a blog quote ego bait strategy, okay? And what I love about this is it kills two birds with one stone. So you can reach out to people and ask them for a quick quote for blog content. And there's nothing better than creating these listicles where you go and you interview like 20 experts on something that's about that. And everybody wants to be an expert, right? And it does so many things for you. So you can reach out to your ideal prospect and say, hey, I'm writing a blog post about this. I'm looking for a 2-sentence quote. Make it easy for them, right? 2-sentence quote on this. Would it be cool if you replied back with that quote? And then you can name drop like, hey, we've got your competitors. We've emailed them, boom, boom, boom. Because of course they're going to want to be listed with their competitors, right? And just reply back, and then you get the reply. And then because they're replying back and you fed their ego, right, they're going to like you more. And then get the work done. Send them the work first, but in the back end, if you send the work, you say, hey, by the way, we do this thing. Who's the right person to talk to in your organization? And because they've dealt with you throughout this process, they're 100% going to reply and tell you with it. It's a little bit of a long game. It's a different approach to it, but I look at it as like, hey man, I'm building a relationship. I'm killing the content bird. And 3, I'm getting business. And you know what's amazing? Sometimes through this process, they go look at your website, they figure out what you do, and you don't even need to tell them that. They go, you know what, I need to talk to you. What you're doing looks really interesting. I think I need to know more about this. Or sometimes they even go in and start opting into your inbound marketing offers, whatever that might be. So it's really interesting. It's not always about pitching, right? It's about adding value, building goodwill first, and that's a really great strategy to do this. Let me tell you another great strategy. I call this the Mastermind Strategy. And so there's a great book out there written by Jason Gaynard. He's an incredible person. He runs Mastermind Talks. He has a podcast called Community Made, but he also wrote a book called Mastermind Dinners. And this changed my business in so many ways. One was I was really busy and didn't have time to do a lot of selling. And so what was amazing was I just started using cold email to reach out to people to have dinners. So I'd have a dinner once a month or twice a month with a group of 5 people that would be my ideal prospects. And I'd invite them out to dinner and I'd call it a mastermind. And we just go out there and I'd follow Jason Gaynard's methodology of getting conversations going and asking questions. Like, with 2 ears, 1 mouth, use it accordingly. Like the best salespeople ask a lot of questions, are very curious. And so we go through a little process called the rose, where you talk about 1 thorn in your business, one bud, and 1 petal. So these are all things like what's one thing that's bothering you, what's one thing you're excited about, what's one thing that's going really well. You go around the dinner table and you talk about this. And because you're building this rapport and you're getting along with each other, everybody starts doing business with each other. And we got clients from every single mastermind dinner. And in fact, I think every single person either gave us business or they gave us a referral. And what's so fantastic is now you're doing selling from instead of 1-to-1 selling. And so a lot of companies, the senior leadership team is really busy and they don't have time to do that, but they should be selling too, right? They should still be selling. And this is a great way to do it where once or twice a month, everybody has to eat dinner anyways, right? They all have to eat dinner, go out for dinner, break some bread, and you get to have a conversation and be a real person. And guess what? Deals get made. And deals have been getting made like this for thousands of years, like over golf and dinner and breaking bread. I mean, this is it. Like we buy from people that we know, that we like and we trust. And a lot of times the marketing messages never get heard until you actually get to know people. So go figure, mingle, network, have dinner. Wow, what a concept. And so we use cold email to do this. It's incredible. So you automate that process and then, these people have these mastermind dinners. It works really, really well. Anyways, here's a bunch of these strategies. If you want to learn more about our what we're doing here and how we're automating the prospecting, through AI assisted technology and smart strategy. Go on over to automationwolf.com and check it out. There's an ungated video there. Yes, ungated. Go figure. I'm not going to ask for email. It shows you the 10,000 foot view of how we're doing this through our 3-pillar system called Foundation, Automation, Transformation. We call it the ultimate B2B sales machine. I think you might like it a lot.